This is a moment in Jewish history. For those who grew up with the Eurovision Song Contest, it was a big deal and looked forward to every year. Israel has won 4 times and hosted 3 times. This month, Israel debuted their official entry into the contest, New Day Will Rise by Yuval Raphael. But before we get into the music, it should be explained that Eurovision comes from European countries, but is not meant to be exclusively for European countries. Any nation that is a member of the European Broadcasting Union can participate. In the early days of television, stations were looking for content, and the Eurovision network was created. They broadcast their first Eurovision Song Contest in 1956 with the participation of 7 countries. Last year, over 163 million people watched the live presentation. Eurovision is one of the most watched non-sports live broadcasts in the world. This year's competition will take place in May, with 37 countries participating. Before Israel became an independent nation in 1948, it was controlled by the British, and when the Israel Broadcasting Authority came into existence, it became a member of the European Broadcasting Union. Many other countries that are not actually in Europe have participated over the years, such as Russia, Ukraine, Armenia, Cyprus, Morocco, and Australia, which got a special invitation. Israel's first entry was in 1973, although many of the countries sing in English, but others sing in their native language or mix 2 languages. Thus, Israel's entries have often been part Hebrew and part English. And they have done very well in the contest over the years, progressing into the semifinals quite a few times. Their first win was in 1978 with the song Abba Nibi, performed by Izhar Cohen and the Alpha Beta, with music by Nurit Hirsch and Hebrew lyrics by Ehud Manor.
Ja, meine Damen und Herren, das ist das Ende dieser Veranstaltung des Grand Prix de la Chanson. Israel hat gewonnen mit 157 Punkten. Ehud Manor.
The winner gets to host the contest the following year, and so in 1979, Eurovision was held in Jerusalem at Benyanei Ha'uma, the International Convention Center. The stage was decorated with fruit and trees native to Israel, such as the sabra. An Israeli folk dancing troupe performed, and the winner that year was once again Israel, with the song Hallelujah, performed by Gali Atari and Milk and Honey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gvirotai, Verabotai, Mesdames et Messieurs, the winner of the 1979 Eurovision Song Contest is Israel with Hallelujah.
So how does voting work? Countries cannot vote for their own entry. The organizers strive to make it strictly about the music and not politics. 50% of the votes come from a jury of musicians and music industry professionals. The other half comes from the viewers watching from the various European Broadcasting Union affiliated countries, who can call in by phone or now send an SMS or use the app. Although Israel had the right to host again in 1980, they chose not to because the date coincided with Yom HaZikaron, Israeli Memorial Day. There was some negotiation as to whether or not the date could be changed, but Israel decided that hosting 2 years in a row would make them go way over budget. Ireland is the only country to have hosted 2 years consecutively. Performers are chosen in Israel by song contest. This began with the annual Israel Song Festival, which started back in 1960. Then came Kadam Eurovision. Then came Kadam Eurovision, or Pre-Eurovision, in 1981. Eventually, the show Kohav Nolad, A Star is Born, was incorporated into the selection process. In subsequent years, performers were chosen through the contest Hashir Shalanu Shel Eurovision, Our Song for Eurovision, and in the last couple years, they have been chosen through HaKohav Haba, Rising Star. Israel won a 3rd time in 1998 with the song Diva by Dana International.
Israel have won it by 7 points over the United Kingdom. the most exciting Eurovision Song Contest for years and years. All the years I've been doing it, I've never seen anything as close as this. Now, we look forward to gathering next year in Israel. We wish you a very good night from Birmingham. Our congratulations to Dana International. Viva la diva,
viva Victoria. Israel hosted the following year again at Benyanei HaUma Convention Center in Jerusalem. Each country's entry was preceded by a video postcard, which featured scenes from Israel related to the Bible, such as Jacob's Ladder or King David. The winner that year was Sweden. Israel's entry was by the singing group Eden. Their song, Happy Birthday, has since become ubiquitous in Israel. Two of the members of Eden are brothers Eddie Butler and Gabriel Butler, who were born in Dimona to African-American parents who immigrated to Israel from Chicago. Eddie Butler went on to represent Israel in Eurovision in 2006 with his song Together We Are One, Zeh Hazman. I remember hearing this song on the radio and thought it was really great and had a positive, uplifting message. Well, the voters of Eurovision didn't think it was too good because it came in second to last place. The winner that year was Hard Rock Hallelujah by the band Lordi from Finland, who wear masks.
Hard Rock Hallelujah! Hard Rock Hallelujah!
You know, I kind of like Hard Rock Hallelujah too. It's the first time a metal-oriented song has won. Israel won its latest Eurovision in 2018 with Toy by Netta Barzilai.
That Israel is the winner of Eurovision Song Contest 2018. The winner is Israel!
It's a quirky and unique song, and when it came out, everyone was singing its catchy chorus.
I'm not your toy, not your toy, you stupid boy.
One mother of two young boys told me she was annoyed by the lyrics because her sons started running around calling each other stupid boy. Israel hosted again the following year at Expo Tel Aviv. Among the special guests were Madonna, the famous American pop star. Past Israeli Eurovision performers also took the stage. The Shalva Band, which is composed of special needs performers and those with disabilities, a project of the Shalva organization, was scheduled to perform as well after winning HaKohav Haba. But a conflict arose when the band was told that rehearsals for the performance would take place on Shabbat, and the band chose not to take part rather than break the Sabbath. Eurovision is not without its controversies. Regional conflicts such as between Armenia and Azerbaijan and Russia and Ukraine have come up, as well as between Israel and Arab nations. Because Israel withdrew from Eurovision in 1980 due to the conflict with Memorial Day, Morocco submitted an entry that year. For Eurovision 2005, Lebanon submitted a performer, which was to be held in Ukraine that year. Tel Liban, the Lebanese broadcasting outlet, did not list Israel among the participating countries. Eurovision officials informed them that they must list all the countries, to which Lebanese broadcasters told them it would be illegal to broadcast anything Israeli-related on Lebanese airwaves. When told that they would be required to broadcast the entire Eurovision contest without censoring out Israel or any other country, Lebanon decided to withdraw instead. Eurovision banned them for 3 years for withdrawing after the final deadline. Most entries are totally apolitical, but in 2007, Israel's entry was Push the Button by Teapacks. Its lyrics, while not mentioning any nation or leader in particular, talk about terrorism. The song is a mix of Hebrew, French, and English.
The world is full of terror. If someone makes an error, he's gonna blow us up to biddy kingdom come. There are some crazy rulers, they hide and try to fool us with demonic technologic willingness to harm. They're gonna push the button, push the button.
Last year, Israel's entry was by Eden Golan. and originally called October Rain. The lyrics alluded to the October 7th massacre that had recently taken place. Its title was later changed from October Rain to Hurricane. It came in 5th place. This year's entry is New Day Will Rise by Yuval Raphael, a survivor of the massacre.
My colors in the gray, my only wish upon a star, sunshine in the day.
Written by Karen Pellis, the lyrics incorporate a line from Shir HaShirim, Song of Songs from the Bible.
You'll always be around to lift me up and take me high.
Well, we'll have to wait until May to find out how well Israel's entry does in this year's Eurovision. This has been a moment in Jewish history. My name is Ben Bresky, and for questions or comments and past shows, you can check out benbresky.substack.com. And if you like the show, you can subscribe and donate. Thank you to all the listeners, and Shalom.